Okay guys, welcome back to another video. Now in this video I just want to share with you how I will be trading the NAS. Okay, how I'll be trading the NAS. And then currently I'm looking at the monthly time frame. So what I've seen was I've used the RSI. Now how I use the RSI is just to show me the momentum. Okay, so when we observe the RSI from this high up here, okay, from this high up here, we could see that the RSI signals overbought, and then as we have a higher high, as the previous month has closed bullish, we still have the RSI above the upper band, which shows there is still buying momentum in this particular market or whenever we are considering this instrument. So to me, what I will be doing when market opens is what I will be sharing with you. So technically, price, as the month of September has ended, we are currently in October. Before I will buy, I'm looking for this particular zone. So this is what I'm expecting. I want price to come to this area, okay, and this is a very huge zone here at 23.99.5 or 24,000 zone, 24,000 up to 23,500 zone. So this price zone, this is what I will be focusing on, and this is a zone I will be looking for potential buying opportunities from. Yeah, so why? Because there's still buying momentum in this market. If the buying momentum has actually reduced, then this oscillators will give us a divergence setup, but currently we are not having that. Okay, so technically I'm still considering the buys, but at the right zone. So that is the zone I'll be focusing on clearly for buying opportunity, the 24,000 down to the 23,500. That is the zone I'm looking at. And then if market opens, what will I be looking at? Because when we go back to the weekly time frame, so when we go back to the weekly time frame, before price will retrace back to our zone, we must consider the potential move technically. So whenever we take a look at the weekly time frame, what happened was we have the previous week before September closed. This was the last impulse for the September. Then we have this week, and then we have the just ended week. So as the just ended week has closed bearish, to be technically, before price will come to our zone, that means we must have a retracement. That is how the market moves: impulse, correction, consolidating, impulse, correction. So technically, taking a look at the just ended week, what I've seen was the bullish momentum here as compared to this. To me, is just an indecision, and then we have another bullish run, but the just ended week closed as a very strong bearish week, which engulfs this particular week. Okay, and then technically the liquidity up here has been taken. So this is a complete engulfing candlestick formation, which I treat. To me, technically, the bearish momentum is very strong, but this is how I'll be trading this particular setup. Now, if you take a look at this setup, to me, whenever I want to get involved in a trade, I always consider the zone where I'll be getting involved into a better trade. Okay, so I usually consider the wicks of the candles. Why? Because they show me the reaction point in the market. So whenever we observe this week, this bullish week, its week, that is what I'm considering. Okay, that is what I'm considering. So from the low to the opening price, that will give us our week. So from the low to the opening price, that is the technical zone I will be considering to be looking for buying opportunities from. Yeah, so when market opens, it's just something simple. When market opens, I will be looking for price. So even though I'm bullish from the monthly perspective, for price to get to my buying zone, first price must retrace. That means there must be a bearish delivery into my zone. So technically this week I'm looking for potential selling opportunities, but where will I sell from? I'll be selling from this technical zone, the 24,500 zone. Yeah, the 24,500 zone. That is the zone I'll be selling from. Okay, so when market opens, I'm looking for price delivery to be delivered back into the 24,500 zone. Then within this zone is where I'll be looking for the bearish displacement into my buying zone. Okay, so from this week or throughout the month, from this week, the coming week, I'll focus on this particular setup, a bullish delivery into my buy zone, then a buy setup into then a sell setup into my buying zone. That is what I'll be doing. Okay, so guys, this is how I'll be approaching the NAS100 when market opens. Okay, if you like this breakdown, you can hit the like button. If you are new and then you want to learn how I trade or how I'm doing it, you subscribe. Okay, guys, I'll catch you up when market opens.